As you have already heard, the Baltimore Police Department made an arrest early this morning in the murder of Dante Barksdale, a beloved leader of our Safe Streets anti-violence program, a son of Baltimore, and to me, most importantly, my friend and brother. I cannot thank the brave women and men of BPD enough for their diligent work in apprehending a suspect. I want to thank them directly for their work, in particular the work of the great homicide detectives that worked on this case, and the folks in the Warrant Apprehension Task Force. I pray and know that your efforts will bring some comfort and peace to the Barksdale family and everyone who knew and loved Dante Barksdale the way that he knew and loved all of us here in Baltimore. This is very personal for me. As you know, Dante was my friend, and like all of us, he was far from perfect, but he was called for a perfect mission for his life, and that was his mission was to eradicate the harsh legacy of violence that has plagued our city for generations. Like us all, Dante made mistakes, but ultimately he turned his life around, and as an outreach coordinator for Safe Streets, he was persistently in our toughest communities to engage young people and impart healthy approaches to solving conflict. That's what he did each and every day of his life. He went to the places where most people won't go. He talked to the people that most people are afraid to talk to. He did the things that most people only will say with their fingers on the internet. That's who Dante was. He believed that everyone had value and a purpose. Yet this brother became a victim of the very gun violence that he was determined to prevent, and that he did prevent thousands of times. We're standing in front of the health department because this is where Safe Streets was originally housed. And I've stated time and time again that public safety is a public health issue. To effectively cure violence, we must address the root causes of it and widespread gun violence that has afflicted Baltimore for far too long. And let me be clear. The responsibility of tackling violent crime does not and cannot rely solely on the shoulders of the BPD. Everyone standing here has a role to play in moving Baltimore forward. Every city agency will and must be concentrated on it, committing to doing what Dante has left for us to do, finishing his work. We must stay the course. If Dante can muster the courage to look beyond his current circumstance and reimagine his life, then we have a moral obligation to reimagine what public safety looks like here in our city. Dante heeded the call of redemption and peace, and as he said, forgiveness was the realest thing that he ever learned of. It is past time for Baltimore, the community, leaders, government, everyone to work together to do the same. I also want to say that we're joined today by Erica Bridgeford from Baltimore Ceasefire, and with that, I will turn it over to Director Jackson.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'll be brief. I'd like to start by first thanking BPD for its tireless investigatory pursuit of identifying a suspect in Dante's murder. Our office appreciates the hard work of the detectives and the officers assigned to the case. Since Dante's murder, our office has provided ongoing therapeutic and mental health supports to our team members. We'll continue to do that in partnership with Dr. Tara Doty of Sage Wellness and other benefits providers. I spent time this morning talking to team members, and the news brings a flurry of emotions for us. You know that feeling when you have a scrape on your leg and it's just starting to get that light film of new skin over it, and then you fall again and the skin gets ripped off? That's the feeling. Man, oh man, that's the feeling. It's a reminder that there's so much more wound work that needs to be done in Baltimore City communities. What the Safe Streets family feels right now is grateful and relieved and angry and saddened. We also feel determined, and we remain dedicated, more dedicated than ever, knowing that Tata walks beside us as an ancestor to honor his life's light to do this work. We understand how transformational this work is, and we vow to continue to partner with folks who are at the highest risk of being shot or being a shooter themselves so that they can reach the highest versions of themselves, to show them that they deserve better, that better is within reach, and that they don't have to do it by themselves. I'll close by sharing that I blindly choose one of 50 meditation stones almost every day. The stone that I drew today, I've only drawn 3 times since becoming the director of MONSE. The first day on the job, the day that the verdict in the George Floyd murder case was read, and today. The stone says justice. I hope that the universe will deliver it for Tata and his family and our city. Thank you.
So good morning, everybody. Like was spoken earlier, we know earlier this year Daunte Barksdale was tragically murdered in the 200 block of Douglas Court. He was known throughout the city and nationally for his dedication for the message of redemption and peace. And it's heartbreaking to everybody who worked alongside of them, as Director Jackson just spoke of. Following a lengthy investigation, our detectives today arrested 28-year-old Garrick Powell for the killing of Mr. Barksdale. This investigation included numerous interviews with family members and witnesses, examinations and physical comparisons of evidence from multiple jurisdictions, and all kinds of footage of film and just good old-fashioned detective work. With this information and in collaboration with the state's attorney's office, we were able to obtain an arrest warrant for Mr. Powell. Our warrant apprehension task force and our partners at the U.S. Marshal's Office were able to effect an arrest today in the 400 block of North Elwood Avenue without incident. Garrick Powell is yet again no stranger to our justice system, and we must continue to work even harder to end this ongoing cycle and end the revolving door of repeat offenders that we see in the city and in this country. As Commissioner Harrison mentioned earlier today, I cannot stress enough gratitude to the men and women who worked tirelessly to bring this case to conclusion. The homicide detectives would not stop with this case and worked every day to bring this case to conclusion. I'd also like to thank the WATF folks who worked tirelessly to bring Mr. Powell into custody and the U.S. Marshal's Office. We look forward to working with the state's attorney's office to bring this this case to conclusion and continue to tackle gun violence in the city of Baltimore. Thank you.
And now we'll hear from our Deputy Health Director, Mary Beth Holler.
Good morning, and thank you for being here. In 2008, during a time of zero-tolerance policing in Baltimore, Daunte Barksdale boldly asked city leaders to change their perspective and to view violence as a public health crisis. As one of the founding members of the Safe Streets Initiative, a program that began with Baltimore City Health Department, Mr. Barksdale spent years recruiting and training community mediators to resolve neighborhood disputes before they turned violent. In the earliest days of the programming, and facing skepticism from community members and city leaders alike, he relied on his own personal relationships. He established the credibility of the Safe Streets program, and he has saved hundreds of lives in the process. He proved that one person's passion to make a difference can inspire change in the community. Today, we are grateful for the Baltimore City Police Department, the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, and the public, and all of the agencies involved for all of their work in finding a suspect in the murder of Mr. Barksdale. Mr. Barksdale was the best of us. He worked closely with many members of the Baltimore City Health Department, and his passing has profoundly impacted us all. Thank you.
I stand here today, and first I would like to thank the hard work of the men and women of the Baltimore Police Department. It's not always that we get to all collectively come together particularly in this time of mourning of someone that was so impactful to the city of Baltimore, and really thank them. And I think everybody at this stage today, truly from the bottom of their hearts, thank them, because this wasn't an easy case. And they were able to identify and look out on that very early on. And for us to be right here today is truly a special moment. It's special because, like Director Jackson said, it's about justice. It's about justice to a young man who dedicated his life to the citizens of Baltimore, to creating better trajectories for young folks in the city and not go into the pitfalls that our mayor described earlier. This was about a man's legacy that will live on, and that's what we stand here today. So again, from the bottom of my heart, I would like to thank all of the hard work by the men and the women of the Baltimore Police Department for giving us a taste of justice as we go down this path to ensure that the person who senselessly took the life of Dante Tater Barksdale does not come out and able to impact our city even more. So again, thank you to the hard work of the men and women of the Baltimore Police Department. Next up, I would like to see a call on ceasefire director? Co-founder, I'm sorry.
Good morning, everybody. So I personally have been crying all morning just after hearing this news. It is the kind of thing that there's a relief, but also it reminds you that your friend really got killed. And there is no love like Baltimore love. So I'm personally asking Baltimoreans to wrap Tater's family in love, to wrap his loved ones in love, to give love and support to the frontline workers who do this work every single day, because I've been through murder trials with families. And while it is a relief and a sense of justice when somebody goes to trial for murdering your person, it is also a very grueling process to go to court in that situation. And so they're going to need us more than ever. Also, Tater said there is a triumph in every tragedy. And so while this is a tragedy, and there are many people who may be feeling like my family, the person who killed my brother was never caught, right? So there are many people like that in Baltimore. So we still have to do something with that pain as well. And so I'm also just sending love and encouragement and uplifting this city right now to use this tragedy and find the triumph in it, find the joy in it. What is your soul calling you to do? If your family didn't get justice in the way that Tater's family is getting right now, what can you do to pour goodness into this city, to pour love into this city, so some other family doesn't have to go through what my family goes through, what Tater's family is going through, what your family is going through? Since there is no love like Baltimore love, I'm personally asking, because we know that we have Tater on the other side. I've been saying since the day I got that phone call, there's no reason why we can't heal this city. Having a strong warrior like Tater on the other side, riding with us, fighting with us. So let's grasp on to that call from our spirits that he is sending from the heavens to heal this city in the way that only Baltimore can. Thank you.